As a brief introduction to PPRO, we're the world's leading local payment method platform, and we give PSP partners like Amadeus the ability to offer their merchants and the end consumer the method that they want to pay with from anywhere across the world. With Amadeus specifically, that means airlines can offer over 150 local payment methods via one integration. Globally, 77% of all transactions are done using local payment methods, and by 2024 this will grow to 82%. I think it might be better to talk about how quickly these local payment methods are innovating, and off the back of the Chinese e-wallet's use of QR code functionality, we're seeing this expanding across into other geographies and regions like Western Europe.
So local payment methods are really important for airlines. They are important for any retailer, but they are even more so important for airlines because airlines are global organizations and they really operate in all the markets, and therefore it's very important that airlines are able to serve their customers in every market. The other thing is that AMOPs are on the rise in different regions at different speeds, but they are definitely on the rise. Local payment methods could really be called the new card, and in that sense, it's super important that airlines provide the right methods, local payment methods to their customer. The third point is that the range of products that an airline sells can go from, say, maybe 10-15 euro for a bag upgrade up to thousands of euros. And therefore it's important that they find the right AMOPs to cover that sort of range.
Many regions are already at a quite mature stage when it comes to their use of local payment methods, but what we're seeing in regions like APAC and the countries within them is that the growing middle classes are gaining more access to money, and they've grown up without using international credit and debit cards, so their use of alternative or local payment methods is growing. What we also see in America is a very card-dominated market, but 65% of millennials don't have access to a credit or debit card. They choose not to, and so we see that as a particular growth area. We're seeing new payment methods crop up in specific regions that answer specific use cases. Klarna, for instance, have a really innovative marketing campaign and a laser focus on their target market. GrabPay is now present in 10 markets across Southeast Asia as another one of those super apps that we see so much over there. They're making the move into e-commerce. Blik in Poland 5 years ago processed 2 million transactions and are forecasting to process 200 million transactions this year. Everybody watches Pay by Bank app with interest in the UK because it's the first move into that market to try and take some of that card share, interestingly by MasterCard, one of the dominant players. Airlines, like any other merchant, need to consider their consumer choices. The rate of abandoned shopping carts is often cited at 70%, and PPRO's own research found that 69% of those consumers abandoned the shopping cart because their preferred method of payment wasn't actually there. My advice for airlines when considering their acceptance strategies is to really get a good understanding of their target markets at a country level. And in some countries like India, you even need to drill down to the regional level to consider what the consumer wants. We at PPRO believe that there's going to be a big move away from omnichannel to consumer centricity, which means offering the consumers a highly personalized individual experience, and payments play a key enabling role in that.
I guess the two main recommendations I have is the first one is they need to have the right insight, so they need to really do their research, and this can be helped by their providers like Allsales, for example, but to have the right insight as to what is the right local payment method in each market. And secondly, once they've identified that, and by the way, this will vary over time, so it's not something you do once, you have to keep doing it. But once you've done that, the most important thing you can do is have the capability to switch those local payment methods on and off. So with PPRO, for example, they have a catalog of 100 plus local payment methods, and with our integration with them, we can provide that to our customers, and they can literally switch those local payment methods on and off.
Our partnership with Amadeus is enabling people to travel to more places. This is actually the end goal of PPRO, is to make commerce and travel in this instance more available to people who don't have or don't like using credit or debit cards.